Stonehenge is built from two completely different stone families. One traveled 24 kilometers, the other over 200 kilometers. For a century, glaciers took the credit. Now, the mineral evidence that should prove it simply isn't there. A single core drilled from Stone 58 changed the story of Stonehenge's largest stones. When geochemists analyzed the sample, they found a chemical fingerprint, immobile trace elements like titanium, zirconium, and hafnium that matched the sarsen outcrops at Westwoods on the Marlborough Downs. The match was precise, down to the subtle ratios of strontium and neodymium isotopes. This was not a broad regional similarity, but a statistical lock. The sarsens of Stonehenge and the boulders of Westwoods are, in elemental terms, twins separated only by the landscape. The distance between Westwoods and Stonehenge is about 24 kilometers. For Neolithic builders, that meant hauling blocks weighing up to 30 tons across low hills, river valleys, and open chalk plain. No glacial debris train links the two sites, and the chemical consistency rules out a scatter of stones dropped by ancient ice. Instead, the evidence points to a deliberate selection, either quarrying directly into the Silcrete bedrock or choosing freestanding boulders already exposed by ancient freeze-thaw cycles. Field surveys in Westwoods have cataloged dozens of surface boulders, many of them large enough for Stonehenge's needs, suggesting that Neolithic crews may have favored existing monoliths over deep excavation. While the exact extraction method remains debated, the geochemical data leave little doubt about the source. The sarsens' journey, though impressive, falls within the realm of organized human labor. It's a feat that required planning, coordination, and repeatable methods, qualities that set the stage for an even greater puzzle: the arrival of stones from much farther afield. If Neolithic communities could marshal the resources to move the sarsens, what else might they have accomplished? The answer may reshape how we understand the ambitions and abilities of prehistoric Britain. Stonehenge's bluestones trace their origins to the Preseli Hills, over 200 kilometers from Salisbury Plain. Decades of geological detective work have narrowed the search to two key outcrops: Craig Ros I Follen and Carn Godog. Thin section analysis and whole rock geochemistry reveal that the rhyolitic bluestones at Stonehenge are chemically identical to rocks from Craig Ros I Follen, while the monument's spotted dolerites match the coarse banded stone of Carn Godog. Portable X-ray fluorescence and SEM and EDS imaging confirm these connections, even down to the microscopic residues left by ancient tools. But the bluestones are not a single type. Surveys have identified 6 distinct lithologies among them: spotted dolerite, fine-grained dolerite, rhyolitic tuff, apheric tuff, porphyritic dolerite, and gray whack-type sandstone. Only 2, spotted dolerite and rhyolite, have secure quarry matches. The rest point to smaller, scattered outcrops in Preseli, their origins still just out of reach. Charcoal from quarry debris at Craig Ros I Follen dates Neolithic activity to as early as 3,400 BC, overlapping with Stonehenge's earliest construction. Carn Godog's quarry layers show continued use into the early Bronze Age. These overlapping timelines suggest a sustained, organized effort to extract and move stones across 226 kilometers. As one Preseli petrologist notes, the evidence reads less like a geological accident and more like a ledger of human ambition. For more than 100 years, the question of how Stonehenge's bluestones traveled from Wales to Salisbury Plain has divided experts. In the early 20th century, geologists like Thomas Jenkins argued that glaciers did the heavy lifting, dragging the stones south during the last ice age and leaving them as erratics for Neolithic builders to find. That idea held sway for decades, especially as Pleistocene ice maps placed the southern ice margin near the English chalklands. By the 1970s, a new generation of archaeologists began to challenge this view. They saw the monument not as an accident of geology, but as the product of deliberate human planning and long-distance transport. Today, the debate is far from settled. Advocates for the glacial model, like Dr. Mark Bishop, insist that the absence of some mineral clues could be explained by gaps in the sediment record. Yet the human transport camp points to quarry traces, tool marks, and the lack of glacial debris near Stonehenge. The stage is set for a direct test. Can the evidence finally tip the argument one way or the other? Or does the mystery still outpace the science? The answer may reshape what we think Neolithic Britain could achieve. A new kind of test set out to settle the debate on glacial delivery once and for all. Researchers from Curtin University gathered over 150 sediment samples from riverbeds and lowland soils across the Salisbury Plain region, searching for the tiniest mineral fingerprints that would betray a Welsh origin. Each sample was scanned for detrital zircons, microscopic crystals that hold a geological memory of their birthplace. If glaciers had dragged Preseli stones into southern England, the sediments should have revealed a spike in pre-Cambrian aged zircons, a clear signal from the Preseli Hills. Instead, the results showed no such peak. The sediment's age spectra matched only local rocks, not the distant Welsh outcrops. As lead author Dr. James McSween put it, if glaciers had delivered the bluestones, their mineral trail would be here. It simply is not. The Newall boulder, once held up as a glacial relic, has been recast by new science. Micro-XRF scans reveal a chemical fingerprint identical to Craig Rose y Felin, while cosmogenic dating pegs its surface exposure to around 4,300 years ago, matching the era of Stonehenge's construction, not the last ice age. Thin section studies show fractures from human splitting, not glacial tumbling. Experimental archaeology adds weight. Moving a 25-ton stone takes 30 to 35 people working in concert. Yet the precise route, seasonal timing, and staging points remain open. Even with this breakthrough, the logistics of Neolithic transport still challenge our assumptions about prehistoric Britain. The missing glacial evidence sharpens the focus on Neolithic ingenuity. If human hands moved these stones, what else have we underestimated? Sometimes the real mystery is what people could already achieve.